What's up, my chupacabra meat sandwiches? How you doing today? This is the early access to Battles 1.1 update, and I want to show you guys and talk about the patch notes today. If you guys want to press the like button for me, by the way, that would be very, very much appreciated. What did I say, hotkeys? I don't have no idea. I wanted to go to the patch notes section. So if you guys have not seen it before, there is a patch notes section in the game, so if you just want to read this instead of listening to me, that's totally fine. But there's a lot to go over here, and I wanted to make sure I break it down for you guys so you can understand what you should use and how you should use this in the game. To get some quick action going on in here, though, let's talk about the hero. So the new hero in the game, this is kind of like the main aspect of Battles 2 that I'm most excited for, and I think a lot of you guys are probably most excited for, too. We got Captain Churchill and Sentai Churchill. Technically, it's a new hero, but it's like two new heroes because they do act different from each other, just like some of the other heroes over here as well. Main thing about these guys is the price. The cost of initiation is just so high. I believe it's $1,700, although maybe $1,800 to start off the Captain Churchill. And, I mean, just compare that to the prices of these guys. I mean, that's like half, if not almost a third, of what these other heroes are going to cost. So, yeah, he is a hard guy to get in the early game here, but he is a pretty big powerhouse. I honestly don't believe that many people are going to use Captain Churchill in the long run, but for right now, he's going to be the hero that everybody's going to be using because he's new and fun and interesting, right? In addition, I think the main change that most of you guys are probably interested in is the casual battle versus the ranked battle. So, without going into too many details, I recommended Ninja like a long time ago, and I have no idea if this was like something that they got from me or if they just came up with it on their own. I always said that they needed to just have one frickin' button right at the front screen. Press, I want to play a game. Boop, and you win, and you go in. You get to play a game. In Battles 1, it was really complicated because you have to press, I want a battle instead of multiplayer. Then you had to press something about assault or defense, and then you had to go in and click whatever you wanted for your medallions. Then you wanted to click something else just to get into a game, just to like start doing some crap. Made no sense. It was really bad. So casual battle and ranked battle now are part of the game here, and this only makes sense because experience and stuff still does exist in the game. That can't be completely taken out without completely rewriting the game. At this point, you just can't do it. So they decided to make this a lot easier for a casual, easy person to just jump into the game and say, hey, I want to play real quick. I don't want to put some big money on this game. I just want to get here and have some fun with it. So here is the casual battle. Basically what a casual battle is you get everything unlocked. So every single upgrade, every single thing in the game is unlocked in a casual battle. The only difference is that you don't earn anything from it. So you're not going to earn trophies. You're not going to earn battle badges and things like that, and you'll never end up getting ranked in the game ever. Alright, if you just always play casual battle, you'll never earn a rank ever. You'll never earn trophies, you'll never do anything. And that is okay for some people. They might not want to earn ranks or be good at the game, but a lot of people usually want to kind of earn their way up and get better and better at the game, and that's pretty much the only way to do it. So, do it at your own desire, I suppose. Interestingly enough, there are two new maps, which are very, very difficult. They are only in ranked battles, so I don't even believe that you can play them in social battles, but I guess we'll kind of have to see how that goes. I don't have any friends, so I can't teleport you guys. But anyways, there's two new maps. They're both really, really difficult, and you can only play them in ranked battles, and I believe they're also mostly higher-end gameplay maps, too. I think they're going to start to, like, not make people play that in White Stadium, and, you know, under than that, it just doesn't make much sense to, but they are maps in the game now, but only in ranked battles. A couple other cool changes here are the monkey experience. So if you guys have not upgraded your stuff yet, don't. Alright, wait for the update to come out and actually officially be here. What's going to happen now is any of the, let's see, where's my stuff? Oh, I've got everything unlocked already. I can't even show you guys. But all the 5th tier upgrades now are going to cost 50% of the experience that they would have costed. I have no idea if Ninja is going to refund our experience or anything along those lines. I really wish they would, so we could get masteries and stuff for it, because we earned it already. Just wasting it feels terrible. But all you got to do is just wait it out and get the 50% off experience on these guys, and that is going to be amazing. That 50%. Whoop. So just as an example, if something costs 50,000 experience, now it'll only cost 25,000. It does not affect the 4th tiers or below, but now the 5th tiers, which were the really expensive things, are going to be way, way less. It does mean that there might be some weird upgrades that I don't even know about that actually cost more for the 4th tier than the 5th tier. That's a possibility, but I don't think that's part of the game. I guess we'll have to wait and see if you guys can find something cool like that. And then something weird about hero experience going on. Something about hero experience being increased every round, but then also increasing the amount needed to level up. So it's like, I don't know what the point of that was. Doesn't really make much sense to me, but maybe like just somehow balances out better. Now we get to the balance changes, and we are playing this on BTD6 just because it's easy to show it off in sandbox mode. But this is for battles too. I want to keep that in mind for you guys. They actually didn't go too crazy with the upgrades overall, or the changes overall, so we're going to have to show them off and see what you guys think about them. First of all, we've got the crossbow. The crossbow pierce is increased from 3 to 5. So now when we're having to deal with a big chunk of pinks or a big chunk of whites, we'll actually be able to snipe through quite a few layers on these guys. Very welcome to me. I love that change. Dart monkeys were not that meta already, so this makes a lot of sense. Cannons, they got a very small change here. The base cost is going to go from 600 down to 525, so spamming a bunch of 0-0 cannons might actually be a viable strategy for some people. And or just get yourself set up to like buy some of the cheaper upgrades and things like that. And or if you want to go crazy, you can combine this one with sort of high-tier top path village and get a lot of free upgrades for very, very cheap and get a lot of really cool cheapo cannons here, man. It's a strat. It's definitely a strategy. Try it out, check it out, see if you can make it work for yourself. Then we've got the ice... and don't forget, the cannon also has a weird projectile speed increase from 180 to 240. So no longer will those slow, crappy cannonballs be flying through the space. They will actually hit things, hopefully. All right, Ice Monkey, got some changes here. So I wanted to point out really quickly that I believe that a lot of bugs existed with the Ice Tower that allowed it to pop frozen balloons and or white balloons when it shouldn't have. That should be fixed, especially for the cryo cannon. So it may not be as overpowered as it used to be. So even though there's no actual balance changes for the Ice Tower, this is important to see. So the Ice Monkey, the super brittle cost, is going to go up by a whopping $4,000 from $28,000 to $32,000 here. He wasn't overpowered by that much, but he was still a pretty good tower, and for $28,000 it kind of made sense that he needed to be upped a little bit. For glue gunners, we get the Bloons Solver, man. So the main issue with a lot of these 5th tier towers right now is that they don't do good damage to mobs, BFBs, and Summon Gods, and they just don't rush with 100,000 ceramics in battles too. It just doesn't exist. That rush just doesn't happen. So ceramic popping power is not completely unnecessary, but it's mostly the mobs that are killing you in this game. So Bloons Solver getting that extra mob class damage from 4 to 6 is going to help us out a lot here. You're still probably going to want to go blue splatter on this guy, but you could switch off between the two if you want. It doesn't really matter too much. I can't show you guys the monkey sub right now, but just know that the Energizer damage went from 3 to 5, and the bonus ceramic damage from 3 to 10. Woo! Pretty cool. And then the Monkey Buccaneer here, aircraft carrier missile damage from 30 to 50. So we're talking about a 5th tier. All right, from 30 to 50, meaning it'll be a little bit better against, MOAB class balloons and stuff. But still, not crazy changes here. 30 to 50 might seem kind of wild. That's only the MOAB damage. Doesn't have anything to do with the darts or anything. All right, Monkey Ace changes. Surprisingly, not too crazy here. We've got the Spectre change from 24,000 down to 20,000. That seems like a pretty fair price here. I like that. And Sky Shredder is going to get a pretty decent change. Mostly with his missile damage from 150 to 180. Honestly, still probably going to be pretty weak. I don't think most people are going to be going for Sky Shredders, but at least it is a viable-ish option, and every little bit is going to help us out here. All right, moving on to the Helipilot. Helipilots still don't really feel that meta, but a lot of people have been going with the random support Chinook spam, and it has been working out okay for them. So, good for them, I guess. With the Helipilot spam, one thing you could do is if you want to get some early mid-game popping power now, you can switch into the 3rd tier Razor Rotors, which is going to increase its popping power by about 25% here, from 0.75 down to 0.55 on attack speed. So, hey baby, spamming 2 of these guys might be able to take down like pretty decent-sized zebras and even rainbow rushes, because it does do double layers of damage on this guy. So, heck yeah, man, that's pretty sweet. Randomly, we're getting a mortar over here, and I hate this upgrade, like, in its entirety. I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But the Pop and Awe bonus MOAB damage is going to be increased from 4 to 6. I still think this thing's pretty bad. I would never, in my entire life, ever get this upgrade, I think, I would spam like 5 artillery batteries instead. It just makes no sense. Why wouldn't I? Unless space was just an absolute frickin' issue here. Next, we're talking Wizards, and don't forget that Wizards got some pretty crazy changes in the last update. If you guys haven't been checking them out or testing them out or anything like that, Fireball got a pretty big buff, Intense Magic got a pretty big buff. But in this update, those are going to carry on, obviously. But in addition, we're going to get other upgrades to the Wizard, making him more powerful in other ways. For example, the Arcane Blast now is going to cost only $350. That makes a lot of sense, because in the early game, you could probably get an Intense Magic Arcane Blast Wizard and actually defend a lot of early game Bloons. Especially spaced early game Bloons. Grip Bloons, maybe not so much. But that would be a good combo. Check it out, man. Try it out. In addition, now Wizards had a really weird issue with camo popping power. If you got a Shimmer, you could probably sneak camo purples and random camo Bloons through a Shimmer if you wanted to. And that just felt kind of abusive for a $1,700 upgrade, when, you know, a village can, like, decamo-wise everything around it anyways for pretty much the same price and give other buffs. So this guy made very, very little sense, but now it'll make more sense, from 2 seconds down to 1.5. In addition, the Archmage. Still think this guy's probably pretty freaking bad, but I'll have to test him out in the game to confirm this, but an Archmage now does a little bit more damage to Moab Glass Bloons, 22 to 26. And let's finish you guys off with the last balance changes here all at once, all on the screen. First of all, ninjas. Some minorly okay changes. Ninja Discipline, 300 to 250. Decent. Can actually start off with them a little better now. Seeking Shuriken is also going to be a little bit cheaper, down $50. Caltrops is also going to be down another $50. And they nerfed the crap out of Caltrops recently. That's why they had to kind of decrease the price to make it make sense, you know? Alchemist randomly is going to get a potion attack rate from 2 to 1.8. I believe that's 10%. Please correct me if I'm wrong. 10% increase in speed, which might make spamming low-tier alks at the beginning of the game a reasonable strategy to pull off to pop group reds or blues and things. So check that out, especially against a farm play or something, man. It could be just unique enough to work. Druids, randomly, the Spirit of the Forest. Attack rate's going to go down from 0.75 down to 0.5, which I believe should do a lot more damage. I mean, that's a pretty big change there. But I don't know if this guy's going to be a worthwhile tower. He still seems like he's a little bit weak, even with that huge Mungo change. And then last but not least, we've got the Primary Expertise here, which is also going to get a pretty decent buff here from 3 seconds down to 2.5. So very, very few, if any, nerfs on this entirety of this situation here. Everything's just buff, 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 buff. That seems fair. As long as a lot of the bugs are being fixed that are, you know, kind of already problems with the game, this should be really, really, really good for the game. You guys can let me know how you feel. My main question for you is, how do you feel about the bad health? Because I still think one of the main issues with the game right now is that bads are just a bit too strong, and there's a couple 5th tier towers that just, like, are really, really, really OP against bads, and then everything else is just garbage. So I think that a couple of those towers need to get nerfed, actually, and bad health needs to go down to kind of equalize everything out and make it so people can actually survive around 30, 31, or 32 before bads get really, really strong. That's my opinion on things. Let me know what you guys think. In real games, that's what seems to be what happens. Most people aren't overclocking things 10 times and just hanging out and getting crap tons of money all over the place so they can do whatever the heck they want. That's not normally how the game is played. But in the Hall of Masters, when people are playing really, really good, that is a possibility. Nonetheless, don't forget there are, again, a lot of bug fixes after that. So these are just the balance changes, but the bug fixes after that will, again, hopefully make the game just that much better. Thank you, Ninja Kiwi, for another wonderful update here. Well, maybe not another. Thank you for the wonderful update. It seems like this should be very, very good, and everything you do does make the game better, better, and better, and better, and I appreciate that. So thank you guys for working so hard, and let's hope that we can play this game together and have some fun with it. And have a super duper delicious day.